So Nike updated the running line with new names and silos, and the Pegasus silo is their responsive running category, and a new shoe in that category is their flagship trainer, the Pegasus Premium. This innovation does come at a bit of a hefty price tag, so is the price worth it? How does this technology feel? I've got about 50 miles on the shoe. I'm ready to give you my review. Just a quick disclaimer though that Nike did send these to me, but all my thoughts and opinions are my own. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the review. Starting with the upper. The upper uses a mix of circular knit mesh and mono mesh to provide nice breathability and midfoot wrap. I went with my usual size 12 and found the length to fit good, but the toe box is a bit shallow and the whole upper is just a bit narrow and low volume overall. So if you have wider feet, these might not be a great option for you. I found it to have plenty of padding and protection. There are a lot of reflective pieces on there, which is nice as well. Overall though, I'd say this is a very premium feeling upper. Now let's talk about this midsole. It uses quite a bit of tech. It has a top layer of ZoomX foam. Underneath that is a full-length air zoom unit. For the first time, it is sculpted to scoop down, similar to how a carbon fiber plate is shaped on the Vaporfly. In the heel, it is a wedge of React X for a little extra stability and durability. The stack height is 45 millimeters in the heel, 35 in the forefoot, with a 10 millimeter drop, and it definitely feels cushioned underfoot. The ride is unique with that sculpted air zoom unit. I thought that it did help with a smoother heel to toe transition compared to other shoes that have two separate zoom units in the heel and the forefoot. In my initial run, the shoe felt a bit stiff, but after a couple more runs, they seem to break in a bit more. The zoom unit adds a nice responsive ride, which the Pegasus line is Nike's responsive silo, so that does make sense, but don't get this shoe and expect a soft, squishy marshmallow feel. Instead of sinking into it, you can press the zoom unit and quickly decompress it, and it gives you a nice bounce. Now let's talk about the outsole. The outsole has a good amount of coverage. It uses high abrasion rubber to cover the forefoot and the heel. I found it to grip great on road and gravel roads, and so far it's holding up pretty well. There's only a little bit of wear right at the end where I toe off. The rubber and the air zoom unit do add some weight though. In a men's size 9, the Pegasus Premium is 10.9 ounces, but overall the outsole did good and got the job done. All right, now let's go over the run type stoplight portion of the review, where I go over speed day, everyday long run day, and recovery day. Starting with speed day, I give this a red light. Like I mentioned, the weight is a bit on the heavier side, and while you do get a nice responsive energetic pop when you're up on your toes and really compressing that air zoom unit, your legs just get tired if you're trying to do a workout in it with a shoe that's this heavy. In my opinion, I definitely go with something much lighter and snappier. For everyday runs, I give this a green. I think that's pretty much what this shoe excels at. I think that it's just a great everyday cruiser for putting miles on and having something that's cushioned but not too soft, and it gives you a little bit of that firmer, more responsive feel. For long runs, I give this a yellow. Yes, there's a lot of cushioning underneath there that is nice and protective for those long runs, but again, that weight comes into a factor here. I personally think it's a bit heavy. When I was doing some of my longer runs, my legs just felt tired at the end of it because I've been training in some lighter weight trainers recently, so it was definitely giving me a bit of a workout. For recovery day, I give this a yellow as well. Me personally, for a recovery shoe, I think something super soft, squishy, marshmallowy, and like I've mentioned, this shoe is on the firmer side, and it just isn't my preference for just really taking it slow and smooth. Though I think it does work for that if you're somebody who, again, doesn't like that kind of squishier, softer ride. All right, now let's go ahead and do a few quick comparisons. First comparison is to the Pegasus Plus. So in the Pegasus lineup, we have the regular Pegasus, Pegasus Plus, and the Pegasus Premium. So the Pegasus Plus is kind of middle tier here. It comes in at $180 though, 100% ZoomX, nothing else in that midsole. And I do like this shoe. It's a nice versatile trainer, but I mentioned in my review of it, the midsole just doesn't give you that energetic ZoomX feel that you expect when you see 100% ZoomX. It's definitely a different formula than what they use in their racing shoes, and it left me just wanting something a little more energetic. Fortunately, with the Pegasus Premium, this shoe gives you that energetic ride I was looking for with that air zoom unit. It gives you a nice pop off the toe and is more fun. fun than this shoe, in my opinion. This one's definitely more versatile. I think it's a good everyday trainer, and you can also pick up the pace, use it for workouts. While again, I think this one's kind of more siloed in everyday trainer category, though I do appreciate the extra cushioning for longer runs on the Pegasus Premium. Next up is the Brooks Glycerin Max. These are two very high cushion premium running shoes. They're both around that $200 mark. They have pretty similar stack heights. I think that the Glycerin Max has a couple extra millimeters in the heel and a lower drop, so it gives it a few more in the forefoot as well. They actually are about the same weight, but for some reason I found that the Glycerin Max seemed to feel a little lighter. I don't know, some placebo effect going on, but I think that this one is more versatile in the sense that I enjoy it more for long runs and recovery runs, because when you're going slower, it feels a little softer, a little more plush, and then when you pick up the pace, you do get a little extra bounce in here. This one is definitely more muted and soft than the Pegasus Premium, where it's going to give you that more bit of a ground feel and the extra bounce from the Air Zoom unit. The upper is definitely more accommodating on the Glycerin Max, and I think it kind of comes down to preference. For me, I tend to prefer something that's a little softer, more plush, and that's why I'd pick the Glycerin Max. But some people don't like that. They like to feel that explosive pop off of Air Zoom units and be a little firmer, and if that's the case, then you should go with the Pegasus Premium. And finally is the Superblast 2 from ASICS. Again, this is another higher stack shoe. They both have about 45 millimeters in the heel. This one has a couple extra millimeters in the forefoot. The biggest difference between these two, in my opinion, is the weight. I think it's like almost 2 ounces lighter, the Superblast 2 is, compared to the Pegasus Premium, and I think that this shoe is great at doing it all. It's light enough and responsive enough to pick up the pace, use it for workouts, protection enough for long runs, feels good on everyday runs and even recovery runs. This is one where I think the value is really there, where you can do it all. One shoe covers all run types, while the Pegasus Premium, like I mentioned, isn't the most versatile. That weight and kind of firm ride to it gets in the way for me, and I just prefer to do everyday miles in it. So this one's a lot less versatile, and I think your dollar will go further with the Superblast 2. So overall rating, I give the Pegasus Premium a yellow. It brings new ideas and new innovations to the Nike lineup, but it's not the most versatile or cost-effective. So if you're looking for a unique cushion ride and really love Nike's Air Zoom technology, then this might be the shoe for you. But I think for most people, they're better off going with the regular Pegasus with the 2 Air Zoom units as a daily trainer, or picking one of those other more premium daily trainers that I mentioned that can be a little more versatile, like the Glycerin Max or the Superblast 2. Have you tried the Pegasus Premium? Are you looking to pick it up? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below. I do have more Nike shoes coming into review, the Vaporfly 4, Streakfly 2, so stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on running.